flag at the back of the grid. Look at the way the water's lying, just coming out of turn 16 onto this front straight here. The lights will come out. And when they go on, we wait to see who makes a slippery hole shot from the start here. A little bit of elevation there for Passini as he dumps his left hand in the clutch and he's been swamped back into camera. That is for our opening lap.
Morbidelli got a great launch. He leads. Look at Tom Lutti making progress.
Right round the outside. So Agata in second place. Franco Morbidelli, good start. Agata second. Passini is now muchly forcing his way forwards. Luti's start from the third row, Julian.
Yeah.
He's going to do some work on this opening lap.
Oliveira's made 4 places up from his third row start. Very feisty on the opening lap. We've lost Taron McKenzie already.
That's a disaster. Through Corvone for the first time then. Usually
having an optimistic look. Then Taz McKenzie is back in the race.
Must have just run off track. Passini, 4 times successively on pole position, but it's Franco Morbidelli, championship leader, who comes to the... Oh, down has gone one of the forward bikes.
That's Luca, isn't it?
It is Marini, because he gets it back. But again, Baldassari attacks again. Taron McKenzie's crashed again. Turn 4 this time, so the Scot is having a proper horrible weekend. Had his helmet stolen out the back of the garage the other day. Then they came back and Lowe's, will be running a KTM next year. I just suddenly tripped myself up there. Sam Lowe's will be running a KTM.
Rapid, I assume.
But Danny Kent is back next year.
Oh,
down has gone Passini. Your pole man's gone down and so has Baldassari. Oh, I'll tell you what, Passini gets points for that, I've got to say. Exactly the same we saw earlier, yeah. So whether it will stay that way, of course the Moto2 time's built to that under 2 minutes. These guys are only just getting used to this. Full tank of fuel. But we've seen a huge amount of offs today. Agata loses more time, 3.2. Oh, down has gone the race leader. Morbidelli down. Morbidelli has crashed out in big style. So Franco Morbidelli has crashed out of the lead of this race. He may be... So, the live championship calculator to the right bottom of your screen. No time for shorts, I suppose, unless you want to get the bottom of your trousers wet.
Morbidelli.
Lutti then. Good stuff from Lutti now. Second place for him. Oliveira goes third, but Franco Morbidelli. Look at the rain, Jules. Look how hard that is pouring down here. These conditions are getting worse. We're well into the 58s. As we look at Franco Morbidelli, that front wheel's going to lock. Oh, you've got no chance. There is no way of saving those. He wasn't on the white line. There was no water underneath. It was just a case of that the Dunlop didn't stick to the tarmac because the tarmac was too slippy.
And here we are on board, and you can see the back wheel jump.
A mature view at this, and we've still got a long way to go. A lot more people, as we saw in Moto3, can crash out of this. I won't give you anything away, just in case you're watching this out of sequence, just for a change. I can hear some people mutter. But the point being, there are only 15 people, all in the points, finish the Moto3 race.
We've lost Edgar Pons.
There he is. So
we found him again.
We saw Axel Pons crash out, and Edgar Pons sold him.
Top 4.
Meanwhile,
set personal best last time round.
When was the last time we had a double Swiss, George?
Oh, blimey.
Go on. We need Dr. Martin Rain sat alongside.
It was probably Lutti and Agata.
It probably was. But I was... Go on, you finish what you were going to say, and then I'll crack on.
Right, top 4 personal best laps of the race last time round. All of them well.
This win for that team, which is what the point I'm trying to get to after all this waffle, is the fact is that they need a race result. Getting a race win at Grand Prix level, suddenly sponsorship becomes that bit easier. And they need new sponsors for next year. Oh,
that's Jorge Navarro. He's been on the floor a couple of times already.
Turn 11, I'll tell you what, that's Corvone. That's a 140 mile an hour crash, that is.
And that was out of a top 10 position as well. Over
in 7th place. Best KTM, of course, was Oliveira. Best Tech 3 was Xavi Vierge, who is now out. Isaac Vinales has just gone down at that infamous turn 6, that left-hander onto the back straight.
Another victim of turn 6. Isaac was only in 20th, Keith, not troubling the scorers.
Yeah, that's the problem with these kind of conditions. Sometimes you just don't know why you've been spat off the thing. Still Agata in control here. 0.5 it was over the line last.
2-minute ones, Keith.
Joe Roberts.
That's better than Remy Gardner is doing in 8th, and Gardner's the quickest of the lower top 10. Here we go.
Not yet.
Oh, I thought there was a move coming there for a second.
Remy Gardner started on the 8th row of the grid, Jules. I know that we've been banging on about Joe Roberts, who started on the 10th, but...
2 cracking rides.
2 cracking rides from 2 young men that have found these conditions slightly better than some others have so far. And a bit of a waggle from Agata on his suitor compared with the...
News on that. The last crash...
Oh, here we go. It's Locatelli just gone behind Manzi, was it? No, Locatelli's still there. But Manzi goes up to 11th place. Cyrene closes these guys down. No, Locatelli's just slipped behind Roberts as well. As the order changes. Brad Binder has just gone across the line. Quite a long way, yeah. It's Lecuona who's crashed. So the Koana's dropping down the order.
Is that the second crash he's had?
Still on board with Tom Luthi, chasing your race leader, Nakagami. We're on board with the Japanese rider. Tell you what, if he made it back to back, when did we last have it?
Moved down to this part of the world, and why wouldn't you?
Got to keep an eye on Shirin. How far back? 2.60. That's been consistent. He hasn't closed that down, has he? Really? Here is Luthi round the outside of Agata.
Oh,
majestic,
Thomas.
Majestic, Thomas. He runs it out wide, and Agata takes it back. Well, here we go then. These two are properly on it now. So Agata, looking like he'd got a bit of an advantage for a second over Luthi, but then Luthi fighting, and Agata still leading, still looking magnificent on the Stefan Kiefer air grinder Suter.
Worth remembering that.
Be a result for all three of those name sponsors, won't it, really? Here's Shirin, though, again, quicker and quicker and quicker.
And over the line, he's half a second closer. And that Agata, you said a couple of laps ago, had Agata got something left?
Well, I think he got his rhythm spoilt by the fact it was sideways at one point, but now that he's got himself back in the groove again, yeah, everybody. So Agata hitting some form when we came here to Misano. The three top men all in your picture any minute now. There we are, Shirin. How far back is Shirin? 1.8 still.
Yeah, it's gone back. It's gone right back up.
It, yeah.
There was a moment where he looked like he was actually going to leap across the gap.
He only did a 58.7 last time. Like Tommy, I'll tell you what, Luthi turned that so tight. He's got plenty of grip there. That's two not sliding around that much.
There was a choice of lines, isn't there not, at turn 8? You can go wide, you can go tight. Seems to have the same result when you get to the kink of 9 and the...
To turn 1, he's really... But I think what you were about to say, Jules, is that Luthi looks like he's settled for second.
He's unwilling to take the risks necessary to push past Agata.
I think you're right. And I think that that lap showed it. That couple of corners, unless he's going to have a massive push right at the very end. But you're right, the risk is so high. Oh, Remy Gardner, 2 at turn 6.
That is...
He's back on it again. Well, if he carries on...
Get a point.
He's going to get a point. Dad will be proud of you. And he moves out the way, I hope, of your... where they're finding all that grip from, but they certainly are.
57.7 from Brad Binder.
Indeed, there it is. But out front, Domi Agata.
Keith, he's put in 2 mid-58s in the last 2 laps. That's not Nakagami, is it?
Nakagami's in the dirt.
That's 5th place.
Nakagami has thrown away a dead-on place, and fantastic job throughout. He's broken Tom Luthi. Tom Luthi has been right with him throughout the race, but Domi Agata has finally...
Racing.
Just one more corner then. It is Dominic Agata. Domi Agata has dominated the Moto2 race from the lights out. He wins here at Misano from Thomas Luthi, who closes down Franco Morbidelli in the world champion position. Oh! Down has got Corsi before he gets to the line. That's going to mean that Nagashima is going to score a point for sure. Well, He is out there as well, maybe for